Hi guys, so I've got a few more flying monkeys to throw into the mix. Caroline Hamill is a friend of Mason Antonio Fardo's, Johnny Wilson also, and Sean Griffiths. Now, I have no idea who any of these people are, yet Mason is talking about me. He basically said it will all come out. I have plenty of witnesses. Yet another account she just made 5 in 2 days. Wow. But her data will run out again soon till she gets her next doll check. We're away in Spain for a month. Okay, so there's quite a few lies in that post. Caroline Hamill likes to say, I've seen her post from years back. Proper nut job. Even has the same dog as you. Really think she's something. So many filters. Hope you and Hayley have a great weekend. It will all come to an end eventually, my friends. And then Johnny Wilson says, well done, Mason. Online bullies and false information should be stopped. If you haven't got anything nice to say about someone, why say it at all? Well done, pal. And then Sean is saying, you have your own personal stalker. You've made it, kids. Ugh, don't encourage him, Sean. So these are typical examples of flying monkeys. Mason is out on a hate campaign and he is pulling in people I have no idea about. Not only that, Caroline Hamill seems a bit of a nut job herself when she's stalking women's profiles that she doesn't even know and noticing that we have similar dogs. Now, if that's not crazy, I don't know what is. Now, the bit that Mason isn't telling you when he tells you that I go around ruining people's lives and making accusations about actors is that he is friends with the guy that raped me. And he's also friends with a few of my rapist's friends. So what he is actually doing is spreading lies about me, trying to ruin my reputation for revenge because he's trying to protect a bunch of predators. Why? Because he is a predator. And soon I will prove it. I will prove exactly the type of man Mason Fardo is, along with his little cronies. As you know, if you've been following my videos, Mason and Clark have set about for the last 7 years spreading a hate campaign against me. Today on Instagram, I received a friend request from a woman called Terry Buck. Looking into her profile, I saw that she's connected to Dave Courtney. I then saw that she was connected to Mickey Goldtooth, who runs the Gangster Tour buses. As you can see here in the picture, you have Louise Seaton, along with many other names. She was the one that was the actress on Rufy that told Mason Fardo that he needs to give me a visit. So I continued to look through her photos and there was a picture of Clark Tribe, Louise Seaton. This girl had posted it. I'm not sure if that's her in the photo or whether she's just posted it, but there's the connection. And as I looked further into her account, there was photos of her with a lady called Georgie Cray. I did a video about her a few years ago. She was seen in a group conversation basically mentioning Clark's name. At the time this part of the bullying was going on, I couldn't understand who these ladies were or why they were talking about me. Until a little bit further down the line collecting evidence, I saw it was all down to a guy called Stu Armstrong. So this conversation took place in 2018, just after I was raped. Stu Armstrong had told me that I had embarrassed him by telling people that his friend had raped me. He then decided to take the side of Aaron and my rapist. And then I was sent these screenshots and I have no idea who any of these people are. And yet you can see that some guy tagged this Georgie Charlie Cray, and said, good on you girls. Aaron's already slapped her labia few times, the dirty dog, ha ha. And then Stu Armstrong, who was an actor on my set, said, Georgie Charlie Cray, good, she deserves it. I don't know who this David Hunt is, and I don't know what its CHPs only means. But then Charlie herself, Georgie Charlie Cray herself, replies, "You told Clark Tribe, lol. He'll probably disown us, lol." So I have no idea why Stu Armstrong was talking to these people. Obviously, I know Stu Armstrong and I know Clark Tribe, but the rest of them, no idea. And again, this proves that they were out to pull in flying monkeys. He decided to take the side of my rapist and Aaron Twin when the story hit the Jeremy Kyle show. And then he went about online spreading lies about me to women and men that I've never met, basically enticing hate. Stu Armstrong was very good friends with Aaron Twin. They then both set about pulling in more flying monkeys like Stacey Busher, who contacted me trying to reap me into a false sense of security and being a friend. When I did a little bit of digging of who she was connected to Clark Tribe and Mason through the Drugs Game film. You can see here she also liked to promote Aaron. So as we go down the years and I screenshot all the crap that these people bring to me, it's starting to prove my point that these two men have gone about the last God knows how many years setting a bad name about me, trying to isolate me within the film industry so that nobody wants to work with me. Now, since I've been sharing my videos, I've actually had a few other actors come forwards. One actress is actually prepared to talk about her experiences with Mason and Andy Howarth and what they did to her with regards to bullying in the industry. And yeah, the more I share, the more it seems that the dots are all connecting. So I have no idea why this Terry Buck would send me a friend request when she's quite aware of who I am. I've sent her a message this morning, or this afternoon, sorry, but she hasn't replied. So I don't know whether she was trying to get onto my Instagram. I think it's a bit weird why she'd add me on Instagram and not Facebook. I'm still not sure about that one. But as you can see here, they are definitely connected with the hate group because you can see Stu Armstrong here talking about me. You can see Charlie Cray's name mentioned, who's also mentioning Clark Tribe. You can see that they are connected to my rapist best friend. And also the fact when I went to Dave Courtney and asked him to have a word with these guys to get them to leave me alone, he basically denied that he had anything to do with it or knew these men. We now know that that's not true. He was very close with Aaron Twin. And this video has also come to the surface since Dave passed away.
That's about as serious as you could possibly say. You know, I'd rather be a fucking rapist than a grass. At least another man who gets an hard and goes, well, I can half understand that.
Now, for anybody that supports a man that thinks rape is okay in any sense, disgusts me. And the fact that there are women out there supporting this kind of behaviour and supporting the men that have been abusing me, harassing me, and sending me narcissistic messages for the past 8 years, you're vile. We are not at school anymore. And the more you do online to try and sabotage me, harass me, you're building my case further. And literally enabling abusive men to target women, to target their victims. Now, I know that Mason and Clark are giving their version of a story, but there's enough evidence out there now to show exactly what their game is. Now, these women are either really fucking dumb or they're choosing to enable abuse. And I really don't know where the fuck they get off thinking that they can contact me on social media and try and intimidate me. I know that they've done it a lot in the past to vulnerable actresses, people that are just starting off in the industry. What I've been doing over the last 8 years is connecting all the dots, all the people that join in on the hate campaigns and the bullying online, and I've been sharing my story with my friends, my family, and my followers. It's very interesting what comes out in the wash over time. Now, Mason tried to tell people that I was blacklisted from the film industry. All filmmakers know that does not make sense. He also told people that I lied about being raped. He wasn't there. And I've done whatever I can to prove exactly what happened that night. He also went around telling people that I lied about his mate being sued in court for the copyright infringement of my film. Another tactic they used to target me, harass me, and steal my hard work. I've also proven that I did sue Christopher Smith in court. So my question is, how many more lies is Mason going to tell before people start seeing that he is the liar? And how long is it going to take for people to see his game? How many other actors have to come forward and say, this man bullied me too? Because it's coming. I can promise you that. Mason's main tactic is to spread a lot of lies. Lies that will make other people hate you. So when we get to court, he will have the opportunity to prove his lies, as will I have the opportunity to prove him to be a liar. Until then, I don't want to hear from any of his friends or anybody that supports his behaviour. I'm going to leave it there for now, guys, but I will assure you there'll be a very, very interesting update very, very soon. Have a good evening.